park was just full.
The little year 8s.
Even the year 8s were out drinking. We were all up on the benches like this, singing and everything, I swear to God. It was just damn funny.
Oh, I got proper boss and the lads come.
There's not a lot for them to do. I'd not employ them, nor would you. All they do is knock back ale. Their parents should be put in jail.
I think it all goes back to the home, really. You know, if you don't act like that in the house, you won't act like that in the street.
They seem to think that every group of like kids that are hanging around and that are all out to cause trouble, but they're not. They're just out to have a good time, really.
Friday afternoon, get home from school, jump in the shower, feeling cool, put on some music, pleasure rooms, over there tonight as the music booms.
They're hanging round the streets at night, giving the old ones many a fright. It seems they're drinking every day. Their parents don't want them in the way.
There's nowhere else for them to go. They want to be out with the mates, the mums don't want them in the houses, so they've got to go on a park, and they obviously just think, oh wow, we're here, mates, we'll have a drink and that. There's nowhere else for us to go.
And the police come.
Oh my God, they came.
Well, me and he just sit there, don't we? Everyone runs, leaves the nail with us. We were just looking at each other going, oh, our mum's going to kill. Because we couldn't run, because everyone just left the nail. We had a few pile around us. Come on, is that all yours? We just went, yeah, we drink all that. There was about 20 bottles of Lambini, about 6 litres of vodka, and half of it was all like the kids' drinks now.
These kids now can tell the police the rules and regulations of what they can do and what they can't do. I don't know where it's the tail's wagging the dog now in regards to children.
We already drank like 2 litres of Lambrini. So we got there and Leanne was just like, hey, you know, reading everything, singing. The next minute, just turned around and she's like slumped in the corner somewhere like that. I went, Leanne, you're all right? She went, yeah, I just feel a bit dizzy. So the next thing she just fell back and like whacked her head, so we were trying to sit her up and all that, and she was being sick. One of the lads went, no, you'll have to ring an ambulance, and we were going, no, because we'll get caught. Yeah, well, what's more important, you getting caught, like, or your mate thinking, your mate dying. So we were like, oh yeah, I suppose you best to ring an ambulance now.
They drink too much, I think. They don't drink properly, do they? Just go out to get bladdered and in a few minutes. And
The ale is gone. They stop us at the offie door to go on in and get them more.
We spent half the night outside the offie, no one to go in.
Well, we waited outside for about an hour and it was freezing and everything. Some woman went past, didn't she?
Yeah.
And we said, will you go in? And she went, yeah, what do you want? So we started telling her, she went, I'm not going in for all that.
Some smackheads went in the end. We gave 50 people a cider. I can't wait till I'm 18 though now.
I know, yeah.
I'll well go in the offie for kids.
The only time I go for someone if I was wrong. They've been so, go on, get me one then and I'll go for you.
They cause more trouble, swear and fight, while Daddy's on the ale each night. It would be better, don't you think, if Daddy taught them how to drink?
I had a drink when I was 14, but that was at Christmas, yeah. Oh, what, yeah? I think no problem. Yeah. My first drink was sherry. Yeah, I had a few sherries, yeah, and I had a headache the next day, but I mean, that was... They said, yeah, that's what happens if you drink too much. So that was my first lesson.
I think it's so funny when, like, you know, family parties, you all goes, do you want one WKD? Just the one.
No, when you were about 11, it was like, you can have one, but it's got to last you.
A snowball. A snowball.
As you go through the generations, it's becoming more acceptable. In some instances, it's becoming over-acceptable.
The young ones now, they see their folks going for a drink most nights of the week. And they're getting that sort of example set to them all the time.
We were in town the other week and there was some woman sitting on the steps and she was like quite old. She was about like, well, not quite old, she was like 30, rotten drunk, like lying in like she was lying in a sick and that with the police, and the police were trying to take her name and she couldn't even talk or anything. In the end, they ended up bringing an ambulance for her because she was in a state.
We didn't have that sort of peer pressure to contend with.
No.
Did we? I mean,
It wasn't a big thing to get
it
drunk.
wa-
If you couldn't hold your beer, you were ridiculed. So you didn't get drunk. You weren't going around spewing your ring up. You had to pace yourself because you made to look like a clown, and people used to talk to you as if you were a clown if you got drunk.
When we go out for a drink, we just drink in moderation. We know when we've had enough, but the young ones don't.
You know what I think is funny? The way I'll make come like that. Start spreading the news.
Older people, because they're old enough to drink, think that it's okay for them to get in real bad state, and like it's all right because they're over the age. But then you could get like a 17-year-old who get into the same state because they're not old enough. It's worse for them because they're younger. Where really, if adults can get into that state, then why can't 17-year-olds?
Perhaps it's us who got it wrong. They've had too much for far too long. Maybe it's time we gave them less and helped to clear this awful mess.
Where these kids get the money now, God only knows. They're drinking bottles of vodka now and God knows what. All we had was like a pint of mild or whatever. And we never about sure of them.
I don't know, I can't make the kids out today. I really can't. I think they just go out to get drunk, cause trouble, and then when they get beat up, they want to know why they've been beat up, because they don't realise what they're saying to people.
There's always seems to be a few of them up for it right away, too quick. You know, they're just too quick for decisions, too quick to be mouthy, and too quick to come out with the smart aleck remarks to each other.
Make them go out and get a job, to work and earn an honest bob. Work's not as bad as it appears. We've all done it for many years.
Sirens blaring, adrenaline pumping, bottles gone, heart is thumping. Can't get nicked, my ma'll kill me. Busy stuff, what did they see? I'm on the floor, covered in sick. Plug comes over, you're nicked. I'm in cuffs, nearly dying. Can't remember nothing but my ma crying.
Despite the mess, the trouble, the noise, they're only teenage girls and boys. We likely did the same as they. Or were we little angels in our day?